Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Divinity Originals sind 2 und wir werden uns weiter hier in der Stadt umsehen. Jetzt hier unten das noch kurz anschauen und dann sind im Westen noch die größeren Häuser oder die Taverne oder was das ist. Gucken wir erstmal hier. Das scheint ja auch ein Haus zu sein. Also mit großer Sicherheit ist das ein Haus. Aha. Eine Leiche. Drowned Sorcerer. Oha. So, mit dem hier hatte ich jetzt versehentlich Sachen aufgenommen. Mit Fane. Kriegst kein Geld. Na, wurscht. Lose. Pain. Ja, die kann man auch verkaufen. Die hatten sich ja nicht verbraucht. Fischis und Blumen, die kann ich auch wieder alle rüber schieben. Das geht dahin. Über. So. Crafting Bible, Part 15. This veritable tome of knowledge teaches you a plethora of handy adventuring recipes. Runen und oilskin wrapped book. The Magisters are closing in. They have blocked the gates and are searching, house by house and room by room. But tonight, I'll make a break for it. I'll not be sent to for joy. I'll swim for freedom and I'll have it, or the sea will take me. I'll find my way home, or I'll find my way to the Hall of Echoes, and Alexander can visit his cures upon some other lucky pharaoh.
This poor unfortunate died just when he thought he was free. There are marks on his body. Something in the water got to him.
Mhm. Okay. Schwupp. So. Naja. Aha. Gandalo. Und da ist was. Also dieses Pamphlet-Dingen. Ja, don't follow the light.
Hope you ain't looking for work in this dying town. Besides, you ain't got the look of a fisher about you, I'll tell you that much.
Trade. Oh, der hat ordentlich Geld. Und okay. Das ist der, dem wir die Nachricht übergeben sollten mit dem.
You'd swear the shark was smiling at you.
Mit der Karawane.
You too, Julian. Show them how it's done, man.
Da können wir auch noch was looten von.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo.
Mhm.
That's it. The barrels and the chests on the double.
Back of Cards brauchen wir nicht. Okay.
You too, Julian. Show them how it's done. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. I'll not lose another day to the tide. The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's breath.
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
Intense fellow, this one. Keep calm and courteously bid him a good day. Assume an air of levity and say you didn't realize you smell so bad. Look over his ship and ask him where he's going.
I'm going nowhere right at this moment. Nowhere, since something crossed my path and oh so very sharply piqued my interest. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods.
Hold on, you saved his cousin Mary from Voidwoken. Tell him you'd appreciate some respect. Haben wir? War das die Tante? Say you've seen something similar on a gallows just outside of town. Shake your head, you haven't. Ask why he'd inquire after such a horrible thing. Immer das erste.
Respect? Try rancor.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh turns wet.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss.
Intolerable. Ask what it is you've done to deserve such hostility. Cross your arms and say you've had quite enough of this. What's this game?
My favorite one. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need a sauce hound yapping by my side. There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth. That is to say, sauce. Best convince me I was mistaken.
Wits, laugh and say you finally understand, but you're not a sorcerer. You seek to become a magister. Where can you sign up? Take a step closer and whisper. He has a lot of nerve to accuse the best source hunter of west of Arx to being a sorcerer. Immer das?
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelled on you, not the magic that dare not speak its name. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. A would-be magister has to prove his killer instinct after all. Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think these drifting woods toss on dwarf-troubled waters, but they do.
You're intrigued. Inquire after these dwarven troubles.
Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule, a beast of burden. But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune. I've need of a rat catcher.
Urge him to make his point. If you're to accept the role of rat catcher, you'll need more concrete information.
Of course. I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Ask and he will answer.
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you. Dallas.
Knocked down.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up?
Shake his hand and say you look into the troubles with the dwarfs. You decided you don't want anything to do with this. Refuse and shake Nummer das erste.
How very heartwarming. One last thing. The magisters here are diligent men and women. A stranger like you may run into troubles with them. Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. My signature will placate them without fail, I assure you. Adieu and good luck. The Lord Dread awaits. The use of the gallows I pass on to you.
Time has come, my stitched-lipped lovelies. We set
The
sail.
law
Get on board and man your stations.
of the order. Und da fährt es weg. Aber ganz cool, dass es live im Spiel ist und nicht, ja gut, das ist einfach plopp gemacht, aber nicht einfach nur verschwunden ist. Ja, gucken wir mal, was sich hier getan hat. The Law of the Order. Raymond told us to look to Magister Julian for orders if we wish to help their cause. We have learned that the White Magister named Raymond has seniority amongst Driftwood's garrison. We should seek him out. We have met the White Magister Raymond, who's preparing to leave Driftwood. He believes that dwarves are plotting to undermine the Magisters and has asked that we seek proof of this conspiracy.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes, none the worse for wear, apparently, from the blast of magic that knocked him off his feet.
You, the damn recruit.
I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. Your meddling in Magister affairs had better be worth it.
Tell him a superior told you to report to him.
Yes, I am very much aware. Wasn't my damned head that hit the floor back there. Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late and I'm beginning to worry something might have gone wrong.
Affirm that you did.
By the bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, man. What happened?
Tell him you discovered that the caravan was waylaid by dwarven marauders. Tell him you came across a caravan east of town. It was destroyed with Voidwoken. Ja.
Voidwoken? That means Source was used. Which means some third party must have attacked first. And I've a fair idea who that might have been.
Raymond, that old goat. Always suspected there's more to the Driftwood dwarves than meets the eye. Hate to admit it, but I think he may be right.
Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan attacked and destroyed. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove.
Say that if you are to prove these accusations, you have to know where to start looking. Ask why Raymond and he suspects the dwarves to be the culprits.
They've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure. And hard workers too. Half of them are their queen's spies. Her eyes, her ears, her poison-pouring hands. Queen Justinia will stop at nothing. She's a tyrant and a master strategist to boot.
Say that if you are to prove these accusations, you have to know where to start looking, as meine Companions mischen sich gar nicht mehr ein. Say that you know where to start looking.
There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern. I suspect this man of being a spy for his queen. It may be interesting to have a word with him, find out what he's up to. But where I really want you to ferret around is Reaper's Bluffs, to the east of Driftwood. It's wild territory, remote and hostile, where I believe the dwarves may have set up a base of operations away from prying eyes. Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working on behalf of Queen Justinia, you will be handsomely rewarded, I assure you.
So you probably know enough for now.
In that case, go forth and let the hunt commence!
Kauft er was? Nö. Take a leave. The wrecked caravan. Law of the order. Magister Julian has tasked us with investigating the dwarf Lohar's involvement in the suspicious events happening around Driftwood. He suspects there's a base of operation in the Reaper's Bluffs where he hopes we can find evidence of his working for the Dwarven Queen. Wrecked caravan. We told the Magisters that the caravan was destroyed by Voidwoken. The Magisters suspect that dwarves may have deliberately used Source in order to cause the attack. Okay, damit hätten wir jetzt den Strand hier.
Hello, mister.
The little boy beside her looks at you. He picks his nose.
We're waiting for Joe.
Driftwood. Ja, dann gehen wir mal in dieses Ding da rein. Sein.
Driftwood Fishworks.
Okay, das ist nicht die Taverne. Oh, wer läuft denn da?
Take that, sorcerer! Dallas, get her!
You're dead, Alexander. Alexander, you're dead. You have to stay dead until we say you're not dead anymore.
Here, mister! Alexander doesn't have to stay dead, does he?
Tell the kids that rules are made to be broken. Alexander can come back to life if he wants to. Say that if you killed Alexander, he'd stay dead. If you killed Alexander, he'd stay dead.
See? Told ya. But don't worry, I'll revenge your death. Take that, sorcerer! You won't put a sauce collar on me, Dallas. I'm a big bad evil sorcerer and I'll kill you dead.
I hate this game.
Aha.
Rotted in the death fog. What's even the point?
Wollen wir nochmal mit denen reden?
Won't surrender.
Dallas and her sorcerer mock fight in the dust. Little Alexander gives you a glum look. His lower lip protruding, he folds his arms and scowls. Dallas and her sorcerer, little Alexander.
Na, okay.
I'm approaching this the wrong way.
Dann gucken wir hier mal weiter.
I'm Dallas.
Smelly.
I'm Alexander. You're the sorcerer, Mary.
I don't care if we tear this place apart plank by plank. We
If
will
any of you see
find
so
him.
much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
Aha.
The stink of beer almost covers up the stink of fish.
Warten wir mal gerade, bis das abgelaufen ist. Na, ich glaube, da werden wir nicht viel Erfolg mit haben. Presley. 2. Ist überall der Scheiß. Aha.
The dwarf reaches into a barrel and pulls out a fish. His knife glides through the scales, crimson guts spilling out in its wake. The innards fall to the floor, landing in a pool of dark bile. You'd expect fish to smell, but these reek.
Ethan, compliment his skill with the blade. Your reflection shimmers in the Hond-edged. Know that this place smells worse than any corpse-filled battlefield. Mal das.
Aye. Your knife needs to be quick and true for these. It's easy to cut off the extra fins, but dancing your blade around the tumors can be tricky. Lord only knows how the boss managed to find a buyer for this muck. But they're heading to Arks. And there's some steady gold heading this way, too.
Wonder who would buy such foul-looking fish.
He runs his knife through another fish and flicks the blade, sending a shower of guts to the ground.
I'd say your guess is as good as mine. Except I got the sense not to ask any questions. Now why don't you march on? I ain't been paid to wag me chin.
The dwarf turns back to his work, slicing and disemboweling fish after fish, as the blood and black bile mix and swirl around his boots.
Your hunter's eye notices all the barrels he's tending to share a mark. Neil pretending to adjust your boots so you have a closer look.
Looking at the barrel, you see that someone has scrawled Black House on it in paint. You cast your eyes around to see that every barrel headed to Arks has the same inscription.
Here, leave them barrels alone. I told you to take a hike, so scram.
Mhm. Reden wir mit dem hier auch noch.
Have you seen anyone leaving this place? Grey cloak, grey beard, a satchel of books under one arm. You can't have missed him.
Tell the Magister that you haven't seen anyone.
Lucian's teeth. Where is that runt hiding? If you see anything suspicious, anything at all, report it immediately. Do you understand?
Wonder why he's looking for this person.
He's a sorcerer dressed as a tinkerer. Our brothers started vanishing as soon as the tramp arrived in town. He fled into this stinking shed, but we'll find him again. We'll have our justice.
Wish the Magister well in his hunt and take your leave. An attack on one is an attack on the unit. You understand his zeal. Mutter that you've seen divine order justice. You almost pity the sorcerer. Turn away from an attack on one. You understand his zeal.
A flicker of pain appears on the Magister's face before he regains his composure.
I knew those Magisters for years. Trained with them. We've saved each other's lives more than once. They're family. Now, I've got a coward to catch. Excuse me.
Mhm. Na dann werden wir mal weiter Fische durchsuchen. Aha. Yummy. Poison.
You'd swear the shark was smiling at you.
Geld. Ja, Fische habe ich jetzt schon eine Menge gefunden, aber das ist eigentlich ziemlich sinnlos. Ups. Aha, Huberts Enzyklopädie. Was ist denn das? Salz. Gucken wir da mal rein. Mehr Fische, super. Bark at the Rune. Thunder Rune. Fische einsammeln.
Behind the containers, the fish in one of the barrels shifts slightly.
Please, you have to help me. The Magisters have gone mad.
Ask who you're talking to.
I'm a salesman. I tinker. I fix things. I wonder. I buy and sell books when I can. I had nothing to do with those Magisters vanishing. Please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want them to take me.
Look over your shoulder to be sure you're not being watched. In a whisper, ask what he needs you to do. Lean casually against the barrel and quietly ask why the Magister are looking for him.
I have no idea. I only arrived in town a few days ago. I sold a few items to Grandmaster Kem in Arx and stopped off here on my way to Scythiel. I was just sitting in the tavern, minding my own business, and the Magister started screaming at me. I ran and, well...
You hear a quiet sob from the fish.
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything.
Pat the barrel comfortingly. Promise it that everything will be okay. Narrow your eyes. It seems a bit of a stretch to accuse someone just because they're new in town.
There's a moment of silence from within the barrel. Some of the fish seem to shift uncomfortably.
I may have been studying some new scrolls I bought. They might have been, well, they called for sauce. But that doesn't mean I had anything to do with the disappearances. I'm a tinkerer. I'll fix things for a living. I would never hurt anyone.
Glance at the barrel suspiciously, but if he's not responsible, who is?
I don't know. It could be anyone in the tavern. None of them have any love for the Magisters. Please, all I know is it wasn't me.
Look over your shoulder to be sure you're not being watched. In a whisper, ask what he needs. Shrug. Mach das.
I just need to get out of Driftwood. I can't risk being seen. But if you can get out of town, I can escape to Arx. Please, I'll do anything. Just don't let them see me. Don't let them find me.
Say that you will help, but you need him to wait here a little longer.
Damn it, hurry up. I can feel the fish oozing everywhere.
Assure him that you will be right back, and then you're both going to walk out of here.
Okay. Go if you have to, but please be quick. If the Magisters even think that I'm here, well, we'll all be sorry.
Smile and say that you will be right back. Strange cargo. Law of the Order hatten wir noch. We learned that the void-tainted fish are being brought by a mysterious man in a house in Arx. We learned that the void-tainted fish are converted by someone in Arx despite their condition. Coveted, nicht converted. Strange cargo. We found a tinkerer named Higbar hiding in the fishworks. It's suspected that he's involved in the disappearances of several magisters. Tinkerer insists that he's innocent, however, and begs for help escaping Driftwood. Perhaps we should help him, or perhaps we should inform on him. Higbar is trusting us to lead him outside Driftwood. We can guide him to safety, or we could betray him for a fat reward. The missing magisters. Uncovering the cause of my blah blah blah. We have found the tinkerer, a sorcerer named Higbar, hiding in the fishworks. He insists that he's innocent and had nothing to do with any missing magisters. Okay. Dann werden wir hier erst noch den anderen Kram looten. Ja, müssten wir halt für den erstmal einen ordentlichen Pfad finden, nehme ich an. Und da geht's raus. Fischis. Ach, da wäre es auch runtergegangen. Was haben wir hier? Da darf man nicht looten. Da schon. Schaufeln. Grab.
The dwarf peers at an expertly dissected fish, gently poking its innards with his knife.
Fascinating. Most fascinating. Oh, my. I mean, no. What do you want?
Asking what he's doing.
I'm gutting fish. What else?
Note that he's doing his work with a strange amount of diligence compared to the others.
Nothing wrong with taking pride in your work.
Shrug and leave him to his work. Roll your eyes and say that it's plain he's up to something and isn't fishmongering.
The dwarf grimaces and points the tip of his knife at his handiwork.
Whatever's wrong with these fish is causing a lot of hardship for a lot of folk. I want to figure out what's happening to them. See if there's anything that can be done.
Ask if he needs any help.
Yes, as it happens. I need to see the effects of eating these fish firsthand, if you understand me.
Say that you will eat the fish if he's sure it'll do some good. Cast a skeptical eye over to the fish on his work table and ask what's in it for you. Tell him to eat the damn fish himself if he's so keen on learning more. Sharply refuse to even touch the fish. They're bound to make you as sick as a dog. Naja, wir haben ja die Heilkraft dabei. Cast a skeptical eye over the fish. What's in for you?
Do as I ask, and you'll be amply rewarded, I guarantee you.
Say you'll do it.
Wonderful. Now, there's 3 samples that I wish to learn more about. Care to choose?
Take the yellow fish.
The fish instantly churns your insides. You double over in pain. A sudden vivid sensation of floating in darkness assails you. There's something in there with you. Something. Hungry and corrupt. You can't breathe. You can't breathe. The dwarf suddenly drifts back into view, peering at you with fascination.
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts from your mouth and across the dwarf's boots. He doesn't even look displeased.
Catch your breath and say that you saw things, terrible things that you can't even describe. Say that you feel chilled to the bone in the most unnatural manner.
Well, I'm sure any discomfort will pass shortly. Besides, I've learned a great deal from observing you. I'm in your debt, stranger.
Ask what he learned from observing you.
The dwarf puffs up his chest and proudly gestures to the fish.
The fish is indeed malignant. Humans are affected by it in the same manner as other species.
Say that you're willing to try another if the reward is increased to match your efforts.
Thank you, but no. I can only allow for 1 specimen per volunteer, or my findings could become flawed. The fish you ate is known as yellow ridgeback. Quite a cunning breed, often used in concoctions to increase alertness. But this one, touched by the void itself. Who is to say how such a creature might alter an alertness mixture? Seek out somewhere that peddles alertness herb mixes. Adding these unique ridgebacks might make quite the impact. So, now my work must continue, as soon as I've got in my quota of fish, of course. Farewell, stranger.
Potent Alertment Mix. Was soll das machen? Potions. Das kann man hier nicht sehen, das ist halt ein bisschen dämlich gemacht. Aber wir können hier einfach mal speichern und das bauen. A more potent version of the herbal mixture for alertness. The effects should last quite a bit longer. Aha. Aber ich kann es ja nicht essen. Keine Ahnung, wofür es gut ist. Ja, keine Ahnung. Ja. Behalten wir mal im Hinterkopf. Vielleicht, wenn ich dran denke. Okay. Mit dem habe ich schon gesprochen. Den da haben wir noch.
What? You been needing something from me, lad? Ain't much inclined to rub elbows with humans, if you catch my drift.
Argue that his attitude is rather short-sighted. Best to stand together in times like these.
Ain't no one been standing together since Lucian died. Ain't been no goodwill among your kind, or mine, or anyone else's since the Reds have been in charge.
Wink and whisper, you're not exactly a fan of the Magisters either.
Glad to hear you say it. The day will come we'll overthrow 'em, you mark my words. Until then, I'll practice the art of gutting unspoiled fish.
Ask if he knows anything about this fugitive the Magisters are looking for. Inquire after the reason he dislikes the Magisters so.
I had friends. Good friends. Not even dwarves, some of them. Reds put him on a ship, sailed him to Fort Joy. Ever heard of that place? Fort Joy? They send you there means you ain't never coming back.
Explain that you know Fort Joy well. Lovely beaches, nasty dungeons. Boast that you were imprisoned there, but that no cell can hold you.
You mean to say you escaped? Crawled your way out of the belly of the beast? Crikey. So you're a sorcerer then? In that case, you must know about the fugitive. That fella all those Reds are looking for. I mean, if he's a sorcerer too, you'll want to do right by him, won't you? Make sure they don't catch the poor bugger.
The dwarf leans in and begins whispering conspiratorially.
This fella runs along, right, sweating, panicking. Reds racing after him like hunting hounds. Hide in a barrel, you fool, I yelled. And what do you know? He did. Problem is, he's still in there. Been hours. Can't go nowhere, he can't, not with the Reds around.
Mhm. Vielen Dank für den Hinweis. Da steht auch noch einer. Benson, den habe ich fast übersehen.
You, tell me. Have you seen a man acting suspiciously near here? Grey cloak, grey beard, satchel slung over his shoulder.
The only suspicious person you've seen all day is standing in front of you. Ask what he's doing in a fish factory.
Watch your tongue. I'm after a wanted man, a tinkerer, but I could still find time to haul you into a cell.
Grunt and tell him that you haven't seen any tinkerers. Ignore the question and take your leave.
You can walk away from me. But if you see anything strange, report it immediately. Or the next Magister to go will be on your head.
Mhm. Okay, also da müssen wir einen anderen Weg nehmen. In der da steht. Ja, okay. Hier ist ein Ruf, also kein Drama. Einmal verklickt. Zur Not kann ich ihm auch einfach wieder Geld geben. Dann ist wieder gut. Aber ich denke, das ist jetzt eh egal.
Boring.
Boring. Okay. Ich würde gerne dieses Öl da, dieses Gift weghaben. So. Das Feuer wird schon wieder ausgehen. Dann könnten wir nämlich hier dran vorbeilaufen. Und dann wären wir hier auch schon draußen. Können auch hochklettern, oder? Achso, aber da geht's nicht weiter. Laden. Aha. Gehen wir hier mal gerade noch runter.
A fisherman stares at the water, muttering to himself.
The missus will kill me. She'll tear me a new mouth halfway down my neck.
Guess the fish aren't biting.
Fish will bite, all right. Not that you'd eat one. I've got a worse problem than that. Way, way worse. I've gone and dropped my wedding ring in the water.
Ask what happened.
I was casting a line and I cast me bloody wedding ring instead. Guess my fingers aren't as fat as they used to be.
Commiserate with him. Remark that it could be worse. This is just a ring after all. Ask why he doesn't just walk in there and get the ring. It's not deep.
I could do that. I could. But seeing as the ring has a bit of sauce to it, like as not, going in there will attract Voidwoken. All things equal, between an angry wife and Voidwoken, I'm leaning towards the wife.
Tell him you'll go get the ring yourself. The ring has a bit of sauce to it, he says. Ask about that.
Just a hint, nothing that concerned a Magister, made me feel that little bit more confident in myself. Maybe it was all in my head, but I felt like the ring made me more attractive to the women. I wouldn't do the dirt or anything, but it's good for the ego. Keeps the wife on her toes too.
Tell him you'll go get the ring yourself.
I'm not asking you to risk your life on account of me and my marital woes, but if you fancy a paddle, you can go right ahead.
Uh-huh. Lost and found. We met a fisherman named Laden at the waterfront in Driftwood. He lost his wedding ring somewhere nearby and can't bear to face his wife without it. Perhaps we can help him. We told Laden that we would search for his missing ring.
What's this? I found something.
Ja, ich hab's so. Ach, da ist er schon. Mhm.
Voidwoken! Trouble's always on the horizon.
Mhm. Okay. Da können wir hin.
Prepare yourself.
Wir stehen da ja. Naja, wir stehen zwar im Wasser, aber. Moment, was haben die denn? 5 Physical. Den kann ich in Chicken verwandeln. Ja, dann machen wir hier einen Ricochet drauf.
Glory is mine.
Cursed Water. Okay. Ein bisschen mehr Schaden habe ich allerdings gerechnet. Autsch. Au, au, au. Okay, da muss ich den Kampf schon anders anfangen. Okay, teilen wir die auf. Springen wir hier hoch. Ich könnte natürlich dann auch die einfach anzünden. Mal so. Den Zwerg lassen wir mal unten. Okay. Nochmal. Achso, und wir könnten auch den so. Okay. Dann machen wir jetzt hier den Ricochet. Oder wir machen einen Ballistic Shot. And receive per 1 Meter. Ne, das nicht. Ach, den anderen hatte ich jetzt nicht mitgenommen. Na, das macht nichts. Wir nehmen den. Die ist irgendwie nicht explodiert. Okay. Ballistic Shot. Ja, vielleicht gut Schaden gemacht. Mhm. Nehmen wir den. Und werfen den hier zurück. Ja, den müssten wir eigentlich heilen. Aber der kann halt die normale Heilung ja nicht vertragen. Na, die haben alle eher eine Anfälligkeit zu... Mal so. Anfälligkeit für Melee. Oh oh. Ah ja, okay, der greift ihn nicht an. Die tun jetzt zumindest nicht wahnsinnig viel. Wo ist der Hund? Da unten. Vicious Bite. Sink your fangs into the enemy, dealing piercing damage and setting bleeding. Resisted by physical armor. Whole wolf. Taunt the enemies around you. Provoke and tease them so that they want to attack you. Ja, aber das wird ja auch resisted. Also wahrscheinlich ist es da sogar besser, am besten, wenn der einfach angreift. Wahnsinnig viel Schaden macht er allerdings nicht. Phew. So, Slug. Laser Ray. Aha. Das ist ja gar nicht so schlecht. Aber gegen die nutzt es eher wenig. Na, mehr kann er jetzt machen. Okay. Da müssten wir Physical Damage machen. Na, das war ganz ordentlich. Dann könnten wir den damit eventuell umkicken. Wie viel Schaden macht denn das? 27 bis 30, das sollte reichen. Oder wir machen den da drauf. Ja, machen wir das. Super. Okay, der bräuchte Armor. So, wir haben hier keinen Gegner. Den da hätten wir. Da steht einer, der schon ein bisschen Schaden genommen hat. Wir könnten aber auch einfach Physical Schaden machen. Und Heal. Ja, aber der kommt ja nicht... Na, Moment. Der käme durch. Ja, machen wir das so. Super. Infekt würde sowieso nicht passen. Den könnte man theoretisch hier machen, aber es lohnt sich, glaube ich, nicht. Warten wir mal ab. So, das Federvieh. Fly to a nearby point, peck and claw the target. Piercing damage und blinded durch Magic. Clear surfaces in a cone, naja. Naja, gut ist das halt auch alles nicht. Theoretisch müsste ich halt diese Magie runterbekommen von denen, damit das... damit ich die besser sie zählen kann. Na, das war ja nicht so doll. Ja, der bräuchte Heilung. Und ich glaube, das ist das Beste, einfach hier gerade was zu trinken. Der wird aufstehen, aber da kann er nichts tun. Den kann ich danach einfach wieder umhauen. Wir müssten gucken, dass wir hier von wen wegbekommen. Erstmal umschießen. Könnte ich den auch zu einem Chicken machen. Das könnte ich jetzt eigentlich schon, indem ich da runterspringe und da einmal Chicken drauf mache, aber da habe ich noch nicht mal einen Bonus, bei dem schon. Ja, machen wir das erstmal. Okay. Der hat nichts mehr, der hat nichts mehr. Den da müssten wir aber gleich... der hat noch Physical. Die beiden stehen zumindest nebeneinander, aber da mache ich halt zu wenig dran. Könnte hier Dodging drauf, er ist zu weit weg. Und die sind auch zu weit weg. Das ist ein bisschen doof. Auf den macht es keinen Sinn. Oder? Ich könnte natürlich auch weiter nach vorne laufen, aber das... Ja, ich laufe jetzt hier mal ein Stück nach vorne. So. Scheiß. Ah, okay, der ist jetzt zumindest im Radius drin. Dann machen wir den da drauf. Das wäre Physical Damage. 31 bis 34. Na ja. Okay, machen wir den. Wenn es nicht so besonders doll war. Water Barrel. Schockt. Der Typi ist da hinten. Okay, das ist auf jeden Fall weg. Ja, solange die Schaden mitnehmen, ist das schon okay. So, der kann die 3 aber jetzt umlasern. Der war ordentlich. Ribbit. Okay. So, den müssten wir jetzt umknocken. Das hier ist Physical. Ja, machen wir das so. Da kam gerade irgendwas Seltsames raus, aber okay. So, und den... Da können wir jetzt eigentlich nicht großartig was tun, außer einmal einen Rundumschlag. Oder wir holen uns einen kleinen und der kann dann da gleich auch drauf rumprügeln. Der kann aber auch da hinten einen Feuerball reinwerfen. Und dann können wir die beiden petrifyen mit Medusa, den der machen kann. Also machen wir das so. Wenn ich den. Der müsste im Feuer sein. Fire Cloud. Das sollte passen. Ne, der hatte nichts bekommen. Schüsse. Ja, dumm. Also, Dings hat keiner mehr. Der hat noch 2 Points. Doch, der oben hat noch Physical Armor. Der kann jetzt eigentlich nichts machen, außer normal draufzuschlagen, was halt ein bisschen dumm ist. Aha. Wir könnten den explodieren lassen. Der hat ja auch noch seinen Dingen da. Stats of the summons will depend. Summon Artillery Plant. Machen wir das. Wir können eigentlich sogar hier oben drauf. Oder da drauf. Dann kann er alles erreichen. Okay. So, und dann machen wir hier einmal explodieren. Ja. Schön. Okay, was kann die denn machen? Acid Spore. 50 bis 62. Auf eine Fläche. Und Poison Wave. Eine Circular Wave. Um den herum, ne? Nee. Kann sich auch bewegen. Ja, der hat 2 Runden Cooldown. Ja, machen wir das. Ach, sogar mehrere. 5 Projectiles. Feuer! Bild. So, der ist nochmal dran. Oder wieder dran. Cast a circular wave, dealing poison damage and farming poison. Klar, das ist wahrscheinlich nicht so gut. Dann greifen wir den jetzt einfach an. Naja. Gib alles. Microfire. Okay, der hat noch Physical. Der hat hier auch wieder neu bekommen. Fleißig am Regenerieren. Den müssen wir auf jeden Fall gleich wieder umknocken. Jetzt ist der weggegangen, das ist ja auch doof. Eigentlich wollte ich die C10. Was jetzt ein bisschen schwer ist. Und ich müsste durch die Scheiße laufen, was ich auch nicht will. Greifen wir den an, um den wieder auf 0 zu bekommen. Kann ich vielleicht den... Ne, ist zu weit. Na, da würde ich zumindest mehr Schaden machen. Ja, probieren wir das. Zu den. Wenn der tot ist, haben die anderen auch den Leader nicht mehr. Meine beschworenen Viecher helfen auf jeden Fall ganz ordentlich. So, der hat Necrofire an. Sollte das eigentlich trotzdem gut Schaden machen. Dagegen ist er immun, das hat überhaupt keinen Schaden gemacht. Ne, das war nix. Den können wir machen. Rivet. So. Der könnte den zum Chicken machen. Und dann einmal seine Rüstung 57. Naja. Wen würden wir damit treffen? Nur die... Das lohnt sich eigentlich schon nicht. Elemental Totem, dann macht er wahrscheinlich denselben Schaden, der die dann heilt. Wahrscheinlich macht es am meisten Sinn, einfach nur drauf zu klopfen. Okay, der hat nur ein Bleeding drauf, hält aber nur noch 100 aus. Und hat gar nichts mehr an Rüstung oder so. Die beiden stehen aber nebeneinander. Sprengen kann ich den jetzt nicht. Der hält 160 aus. Machen wir den. Ja. Ist der auch fast bei nix? Machen wir den. Spratz. Wunderbar. Der holt sich selber hier noch ordentlich Schaden. Okay, wir haben wieder Acid Spore. Kann Magieschaden machen. Ja, ich denke, das ist hier ganz gut. Kaputt. Der ist natürlich noch ganz gut dabei. Aber wir müssen den da wegbekommen. Stecken auf jeden Fall ganz ordentlich Schaden weg. Das macht da keinen Sinn. Der hält noch 250 aus. Den haben wir ja auch noch mit 100. Dann machen wir das hier. Oder wie viel kostet der? 2. Der kostet auch 3. 109. Dann machen wir den hier. Na, zu wenig. Dann machen wir die Heilung mal auf den Zwerg. Der hat keinen Decay oder so drauf. Wir müssen jetzt gucken, dass wir da das letzte bisschen Schaden noch drauf bekommen. Piercing Damage. Naja. Shit. Ich selber gestunt. Immune to Stun, ja, da habe ich dadurch ein bisschen Glück. Der käme gleich wieder dran. Das heißt, ich müsste da jetzt irgendwie versuchen, Schaden... Damit könnte ich einmal Schaden machen und dann könnte er nochmal Schaden machen. Mehr geht da aber nicht. Na, das war ordentlich. Das sollten wir doch hinbekommen. Ja, mehr geht da gerade nicht. Wir könnten halt schon mal nach da laufen. So, Infekt. Weg mit dir. Und mehr geht nicht. Ja, der kann da quasi nicht hin, weil der da oben fest sitzt. Können wir ja mal abwarten, vielleicht springt da einer hoch. Der war gerade dran. Kommt jetzt erstmal nicht dran. Der käme dran. Dann könnten wir auch eventuell ein Ricochet machen. Ich weiß nicht, ob der rüberspringt, aber... Ne, ist er nicht. Slippery Whiteling. Machen wir den. Ja. Edge. Okay. Wunderbar. Da hatten sie eine Immunität gegen. 2-2. Machen wir trotzdem die beiden. Ach, hatte ja, na, hätte ich anders machen müssen. Der hat noch Magieresistenz. Die kann ich aber... Nee, kriege ich nicht weg. Ich könnte aber auch rüberspringen und den schlagen. Oder ich schlag hier zweimal drauf. Ist beides doof. Weil hier alles voll mit Suppe ist. Ja, ich schlag. Und nochmal. Nicht ideal, aber... So, Mosquito Swarm ist Physical. Feuer kann ich da jetzt nicht drauflegen irgendwie. Also machen wir mal den Moskitoschwarm. Dahin. Ja, komm. Ja, okay. Ist ja nicht mehr viel übrig. Der kann da leider nichts tun. Busch. Ist geplatzt. Und dann bleibt noch der übrig. Da könnte ich jetzt mal den hier nehmen. Nehmen hier Water. Water Arrows. Okay. Und Winter Blast. Okay, greift nur Gegner an. So, ich mach den Eisfan. So. Frozen. Ja, machen wir den auch noch drauf. Holla die Waldfee. Aber das war ganz interessant. Okay, warten wir noch, bis es ausgetickt ist. Aha. Und dann sammeln wir mal gerade noch den Kram hier ein. Erstmal einmal rasten. Der war zu weit weg anscheinend. So. Mhm. Das war dieses super schwere Ding, das müssen wir nicht mitnehmen. Cautionary Pamphlet. Da ist noch einer. Da ist noch Grütze. Damit haben wir sie alle. Und dann gehen wir mal die Quest ab.
A horrified fisherman stares at the water, muttering to himself.
That was terrifying. I need to get myself a new line of work. Something as far away from the water as I can go. Goat herd, high on a mountain. Spice trader in the deserts. Anything but this. If the missus will go for it, of course. She likes the beach.
Tell him you found the ring in the water just now. Hold your tongue about the ring. Tell him you found the ring.
You found it? How wonderful. The wife will be thrilled. Or she would if she ever found out about this, which of course she won't. But I can't thank you enough.
Super. Note that it is possible for him to thank you little.
His eyes narrow.
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say.
Finesse, bat your eyelids at him. Surely you deserve a reward.
Here, take the last of my gold as a token of my thanks.
Give him the ring.
He slips the ring onto his finger, where it dangles loose.
I feel better already. Need to fatten myself up a bit again so I don't lose it a second time. Can't be relying on mercenaries like you to dig me out. Can't afford it.
With a new confidence in his stance, he gives you a casual salute, then turns back to his fishing.
Wunderbar. Lost and Found. Aufgabe. Lost and Found. Und dann werde ich auch hier erstmal wieder einen Schnitt machen. Beim nächsten Mal werden wir dann gucken, dass wir den Typen hier raus eskortieren. Und dann hier oben das noch erkunden. Jo, das hier war ja jetzt auf jeden Fall wieder machbar, aber eben auch wieder sehr schön anspruchsvoll. Der Schwierigkeitsgrad ist nett. Also gut, wir schauen beim nächsten Mal weiter. Bis dann!